RNA polymerase attaching to the promoter is similar to me looking through all of the cookbooks that I own for the right cookbook. RNA polymerase unwinding the DNA is similar to me flipping through the pages of the cookbook to find the right recipe. RNA polymerase moving along the template strand is similar to me reading through the entire recipe. Making an RNA complementary copy of the template strand of DNA is similar to me looking at the recipe and copying down what it says on a sheet of paper. Normally, the DNA rewinding and pushing off the RNA strand would be demonstrated during this time, but there's no really great way to show it during the art of cookie baking, so we're just including it in the video so everyone knows that that is what is supposed to be occurring at this time. RNA polymerase reaching the terminator and falling off is similar to me finishing writing the cookie recipe and putting the paper to the side away from the cookbook. DNA rewinding and pushing the RNA strand completely off is similar to me flipping the pages of the cookbook back and closing the book. And now that these steps are complete, we can move from transcription onto translation, which is also our actually baking the cookies phase. So now that I've finished my part, this is where Addie comes in.
In transcription comes translation. In translation, the first stages are called initiation. So in initiation, the mRNA leaves the nucleus and comes to the cytoplasm where it meets up with a ribosome, more specifically a small ribosome subunit. The small ribosome subunit reads the DNA and it would read the first start codon, which is AUG. And then a tRNA carrying MET would join the complex, but to do that, a large ribosome subunit would have to join the complex as well. So the mRNA, or the recipe cards, come to the kitchen, and then the small ribosome, would read the first ingredient, and then the measuring cup carrying the amino acid would be the ingredient, and then I would add it into the bowl, and then I move on to elongation, which is the next stage. So in elongation, the second tRNA brings the next ingredient, so measuring cup, sugar, and then the large ribosome subunit would mix these ingredients together. Well, that's what I'm doing. So the paddle of the KitchenAid would mix these ingredients together, or in terms of DNA synthesis, the paddle of the KitchenAid would be creating a peptide bond between the amino acids. As the last tRNA brings the last amino acid or ingredient the ribosome will meet a stop codon, which will break down the complex, and as you can see, and then the protein is done. However, our protein needs heat to do its job.